Welcome to History Unearthed. Today, we read dissecting one of antiquity's most iconic acts of defiance, the Siege of Masada 73 to 70 for CE. This wasn't just a last stand, it was a clash of ideology, identity, and survival that still echoes in modern memory. Strap in for a PhD-level breakdown of the facts, myths, and enduring legacy of this epic siege. To understand Masada, we need to rewind to the First Jewish-Roman War 6673 CE. After decades of tensions over Roman taxation, religious suppression, and cultural erasure, Jewish rebels launched a full-scale revolt. By 70 CE, Rome crushed Jerusalem, burned the Second Temple, and scattered survivors. But one group refused to surrender, the Sicarii, a radical faction named for their curved daggers Sakai. Led by Eleazar Benyer, 960 Sicarii fighters, families, and refugees retreated to Masada, a remote mountain fortress built by Herod the Great. Perched 1,300 feet above the Dead Sea, Masada was a natural stronghold with palaces, cisterns, and food stores. For Rome, letting rebels hold it was unacceptable. Enter Lucius Flavius Silva, the Roman governor tasked with ending this rebellion for good. Silva arrived in 73 CE with Legio ex Fretensis, auxiliary troops, and enslaved Jewish prisoners totaling 15,000 men. His strategy, a textbook Roman siege. First, Silva built a circumvallation wall around Masada to starve the rebels. When starvation failed, he engineered a colossal siege ramp from earth and timber to breach the fortress walls. Meanwhile, the Sicarii raided Roman supplies and sabotaged construction, but they were hopelessly outnumbered. By spring 70 for CE, the Romans pushed a battering ram up the ramp and cracked Masada's outer wall. The rebels hastily built a wooden inner wall, which the Romans set ablaze. As the fire died, the Romans retreated, planning a final assault at dawn. That night, according to the historian Josephus, Eleazar convinced the rebels to choose death over enslavement. Men killed their families, then drew lots to kill each other. Only 2 women and 5 children survived, hidden in a cistern. Here's where PhD-level debates ignite. Our primary source, Josephus, was a former Jewish commander who defected to Rome. His account is dramatic, but is it reliable? Critics argue Josephus exaggerated the suicide to vilify the Sicarii who opposed his pro-Roman stance and glorify Rome's merciful offer of surrender. No mass graves have been found, and some archaeologists, like Nachman ben Yehuda, suggest the suicide was a myth crafted to inspire Jewish martyrdom. But in the 1960s, Yigal Yadin's excavations uncovered chilling evidence: pottery shards possibly used in the suicide lottery, arrowheads from both sides, and skeletal remains of 28 people. While inconclusive, these finds keep the debate alive. Masada's legacy is a Rorschach test of history. For centuries, it was a footnote until Zionist movements revived it in the 20th century as a symbol of Jewish resilience. Today, Israeli soldiers swear oaths there. Masada shall not fall again, but scholars like Ziv Meshel caution against romanticizing the Sicarii. They were extremists who massacred Jewish moderates, and their defiance led to Rome tightening its grip on Judea. Was Masada heroism or hubris? Masada forces us to ask, when does resistance become self-destruction? How do marginalized groups weaponize memory? And why do empires fear symbolism as much as swords? The siege isn't just ancient history, it's a mirror for modern struggles against oppression, from Alamo-esque last stands to contemporary insurgencies. By dissecting Masada, we confront the blurred line between martyrdom and myth. If this deep dive left you questioning history's certainties, smash that like button, subscribe. And let me know in the comments, was Masada a heroic last stand or a tragic miscalculation? Want more PhD-level war deep dives? Hit the bell. Until next time, keep questioning.